Hey, good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic Live. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. So excited to be with you and share the news with you. I was going to put this video together as an upload, but I just wanted to spend some time with my audience today. If I have, I tell you, sometimes I've got that thing in the background. Oh, anyhow, but no, I wanted to put it together as a live just to spend some time with you. And already I was rewarded by Joseph Ziegler. Give us the best news. All right, I will do that, Joseph. Actually, I'll bring in a couple other news pieces too. In fact, before I get into Adam Schiff, just do me a favor, smash that like, chat in with where you're from, and I will. I'm going to talk just briefly about tariffs. Now, I'll mention my sponsor, Birch Gold, on this as well, because with tariffs and everything you're seeing going on, you might think, oh my gosh, it's chaos, Neil. What's going on out there? Well, there is potential, inflation tied to this. Okay. That's just supply chain disruptions and so on. This will all work itself out. Okay. There's a silver lining, though, that most people missed. President Trump specifically exempted gold and silver bullion from these sweeping tariffs. While these new policies are triggering significant financial chaos, the administration preserved your ability to diversify into precious metals. If you are concerned about your savings, I encourage you to have a free consultation with a Birch Gold precious metal specialist. Text Lumberjack to 989-898. Again, that's Lumberjack to 989-898. That's the first step. You will then receive your free, no obligation info kit on gold. You can learn how to hold gold and silver in a tax-sheltered account. Birch Gold will help you convert existing IRAs or 401ks or just part of it into gold IRA for no money out of pocket. Okay. So Birch Gold is someone I trust. They have an A+ rating for the Better Business Bureau, folks. Thousands of thankful customers. Again, it's Lumberjack to 989-898. That's text it, Lumberjack to 989-898. All right. Now, I want to talk just a little bit more because I think on these recession issues, Trump made a tweet. Well, not a tweet, a post. No, he tweeted it today. And it was about don't be a panican. And interestingly enough, somebody came up with their definition of a panican. So I'm going to blow this up so you can see it a little bit better. But there you go. A panican is a person whose entire personality is producing fear porn aimed at anything President Donald Trump says, does, or suggests. There's a theory they read the book Chicken Little too much as a child. Examples of panicans include anyone employed by CNN, MSNBC, those who include pronouns in their bio, and especially those who said Biden was mentally fit. Everyone on The View is a panican. To panic, but only when it revolves around Trump. Under Joe Biden, oil prices rose, but now that they're dropping and everyone on the left is a panican, okay? So you may have seen this. This is the markets weren't doing so hot, folks. But here's the thing, and I want you to understand this. Not everybody this is the battle. Trump set this up. This is Main Street versus Wall Street, okay? And Trump is trying to help Main Street out. A lot of Americans don't even own stocks, okay? You can comment in the chat, what do you do for your investment? I mean, do you hold stocks? Do you hold gold, silver? Do you kind of mix it up a little? What are your thoughts? I mean, I have some of these things. Look, I put some money in the market last year just to put it in an IRA to avoid some taxes. And look at this. I mean, should I be crying? Oh no, the market's falling. Folks, when I bought that, I knew the market was overpriced. But it was either do that or pay taxes on it. So that's where I was at, which is one of the games they set up to inflate the market. Okay. But you can see these just huge drops, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. But here's the reality. If these companies can drop this much just based upon the news of tariffs, they were overpriced. Way overpriced. Okay. So that's problem number one. Trump has a game plan in all of this. I'll probably go into that more on a different show, but I just want you to remember these Democrats are so disingenuous. Andrew Yang said the bottom 80% of Americans own 8% of stock market wealth, and the bottom half own essentially zero. Anyone who pays attention to stock prices as a barometer of how Americans are doing is missing how most people live. Yang texted this in 1023 on June 3rd of 2019. He would not be texting, tweeting the same thing today. Okay. So here's another chief panicking for you folks. A big one is Adam Schiff. And we're going to get into Adam Schiff. Oh, by the way, Trump is winning this tariff war. I need to do a special video on this just so you guys have some shareable content on this. Holy cats. Somebody super chat me $50. Jim Boyd. Holy cats. Thank you. Look at that. Oh, stick that right up on the screen. Let it sit there for a while. Thank you, Jim. That's very generous. So here's the deal. I want to do a special one on the tariffs just because I think there's kind of some mass confusion around this. Wonderfully, folks, my gold and silver that I own have not dropped like the market's dropped. Okay. Silver had a rough day on Friday, but it's already bouncing back. Gold, when the market was down like 5% or whatever, was down 1.5%. I mean, I'll take that any day of the week. Okay. So here we go. This is that, what's her name? Ursula von Trapp. Let's call it Von Trapp. Like, no, the lady from the EU.
We stand ready to negotiate with the United States. Indeed, we have offered 0 for 0 tariffs for industrial goods, as we have successfully done with many other trading partners, because Europe is always ready for a good deal. So we keep it on the table. But we are also prepared to respond through countermeasures and defend our interests.
Okay. Remember when Europe was talking so tough at first? Here's the thing. The way Trump is setting these tariffs up, it's just reciprocal. I mean, it was okay for Canada to tariff us before, but we can't tariff them back. It's okay for Europe to have tariffs on us, but we can't tariff them back. Come on. Do you know what this is doing? Is it's creating a whole new global realignment. That's one of the things I really want to talk about on an upcoming show. But today I'm here to talk about your friend and mine, Adam Schiff, who was in Congress lying today. But Trump, well, I think this was just today this one's from. But I just need to remind you of a couple things of Adam Schiff. And I'm going to play what Trump said, which was absolutely beautiful. Okay. This is an older clip of Adam Schiff talking about weaponization of the justice system.
They could go after the president's enemies. They could open investigations of people for no reason, with no evidence. They could potentially pressure prosecutors to move forward with charges without an adequate basis. Now, I have faith in the court system that those...
The dude is a pathological liar. I mean, did you hear what he just said?
Cases ultimately get thrown out. I have faith in the jury system, but they could really turn people's lives upside down in the process. And of course, merely opening an investigation against someone, even if it's without merit, that can create a cloud over that person. And I'm sure one way they, may be contemplating going after their enemies is to open unwarranted investigations, make the fact of the investigation public, and attempt to smear people.
Okay. So my friend Maze Moore on X pulled that clip together. He's always pulling up old clips of these clowns. Do y'all get it? Do y'all get it? This dude talking about projection on the next level. Pencil neck freak. Here, I want you to listen to a little report James O'Keefe did on Adam Schiff just a little while ago.
The first of the intelligence community's surveillance targets appeared to be a former Defense Intelligence Agency, that's DIA head, and would-be Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Another target was staffer George Papadopoulos. In 2018, HPSCI, the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, released a 243-page report clearing Trump of allegations that he and his team colluded with Russia to interfere with the 2016 election. However, sources close to the House Permanent Select Committee, led by Adam Schiff, covertly continued working out of a small room in Langley, and he had access to raw law.
A small room in Langley. Why does Adam Schiff have that ability? There is nothing. He wasn't he on the House Intelligence Committee? I'm sure he was. Okay. And now he's in the Senate. He gets a promotion for being a lying ass. Anyway, smash that like if you would. Chat in with where you're from. Bunch of new folks on the stream here.
Logs and communications from agencies like the CIA and the National Security Council.
It's mind-numbing. This guy needs to be in jail. And I'm not even, I don't throw jail around just willy-nilly, folks. You guys know that. You've been on, if you follow my show, I'm not running around just saying to lock everybody up. This dude needs to be in jail. Y'all get that? So I think what Trump did to him today was maybe one of the most. So Adam Schiff is obviously a pathological liar. He's also a narcissistic individual. I mean, very much so. I mean, it's just wild to watch him. I mean, it's like, he like literally has a social, what is it, a sociological diagnosis, a condition. Okay. So this is what Trump did to him today. This is so awesome.
Dowell, new to the Congress, but doing a great job. Thank you, Addison. A real good baseball player and a friend of mine, Roger Williams. Great job. And another new congressman, but he's been there a long time in a mental sense because he has really done a job and he knows Congress very well. He was with me for 7 years. Brian Jack. Brian, congratulations, Brian. And others, we have a couple of senators here. I just don't particularly like them, so I won't introduce them. Over the course of this amazing season, the members of this team.
Look at him smile. This is what he says now.
I didn't think it was that big a deal, actually. Washington.
It wasn't that big of a deal because Adam Schiff is so unimportant. Do you see what he just did to Adam Shifty Schiff there? It's wild. It's so beautiful. I just love it. But so this is Adam Schiff speaking in the Senate chamber. Okay. He's really just, I think it was too much for him. We know he's trying to form some investigations into Trump, some sort of power play within the Senate to stand against Donald Trump. Okay. That's going on. I have to look into that a little bit more and see exactly what that's all about. It sounds kind of treasonous. Anyways, watch this one though.
It became apparent very quickly that that was not enough. That notwithstanding the abundant evidence of his guilt, I needed to show something more. I needed to show that it was dangerous to keep him in office. Well, tragically, events since have proven my point, but I made a different argument.
How have events since proven Adam Schiff's point? Look, he tries to act sincere. I cannot stand people who just try so hard to act sincere when they're not sincere. I mean, the thing about Trump is he just says things and he means it and he just lets it sit. Adam's just trying to be all planned out and try to sound sincere. See how he tries to sound sincere, but you can tell he's a fake. Anyways.
Argument at that point of the trial, which I think gets us to the present moment, which is that truth should matter to us. What's right should matter to us.
Wait. What did he just say? Let's hear that again.
Truth should matter to us.
What? What was that?
Truth should matter to us. What's right should matter to us. And even if it doesn't matter to the president, it should matter to us that we are decent.
Yes.
As Americans, we are decent. We are.
Okay, do you see behind him, the senator? Yes. Who's that dork behind him? What's his name? Gosh, what state is he from? The dolt behind him. I mean, I see him all the time. It's not Dick Durbin. That was in another video I saw him. That's that. Oh, come on, help me out, guys. What's that dude's name behind him? Write it up in the chat.
Good and decent people. As Americans, that's who we are. We don't believe that when someone is
Connecticut
needing medical help that they should be turned away. We don't believe that we should turn our back on our neighbor. We believe in extending our hand.
That's it. Blumenthal, that's his name. And you know what's so interesting about this? As Adam Schiff goes on about telling the truth, what is Blumenthal's nickname, chat? What is his nickname? Trump uses it all the time.
We believe we should be able to disagree with each other without it becoming a personal hatred or antagonism. We're Americans. This is who we are.
Like Adam Schiff's whole thing is hatred. That's what this whole thing is. Come on, what's the nickname for Richard Blumenthal, folks? Blabbermouth. That's not it. Come on, who is it? Fake nom. That's close, Chan. Let's see. Yeah, I hope so. There it is. Danang Dick. This is like when Trump's up there, he goes, Danang. He lied. He lied about his whole, this is like stolen valor, man. And he's lying about his service and everything like that. And they're up there talking about being decent and not lying. We got Pencil Nick and Danang Dick. So ridiculous. Anyways, folks, that's what's going on. Again, the tariffs, you got to be able to see this stuff through, man. You cannot panic. I don't care what the mainstream media is saying. It's not that I like trade wars necessarily. That's not my whole thing. Okay. I just want free trade. And the reality is none of us knew. Okay. None of us really knew how badly we were getting hosed until Trump won back in 2016. He's the one who showed us how bad we were getting hosed in international trade. I don't care if you've got products that come over here from Europe that you want to buy. I don't care if you have products from the Middle East, products from China. I really don't care. But the issue is when China doesn't even value our intellectual property, trumps all over it. And when you've got these other countries that are getting these unfair tariffs on us and no reciprocal tariffs on them, I actually like international trade. I think it's good. I think if you're trading together, right, less likely to go to war when your economies are interdependent. But we've been getting hosed, and Europe is the worst. Europe and Canada, all these quote-unquote allies, friendly nations. We're finding out now nations like El Salvador, Argentina, Vietnam, others are all, saying, hey, we want to come to the table. And so Europe thought they had some power play to make when they've got none at all. So I don't know. You just got to stay the course with this stuff. I think it works out really well in the end. You have to understand just how badly inflated all of our prices were. The assets were way overpriced. Kids can't afford homes. Young people just going out to buy their first home can't afford it. Rates are going to come down. Trump's going to refinance our national debt at a lower rate. All of this is taking place. And he's willing to actually... The thing is, you have to understand how politically unpopular he understood that this could be in the short term. Okay. By the way, I've got a huge story on Georgia. I think I want to break that tomorrow. It involves Brian Kemp and election thievery. I've got to do just a little bit more digging on this, but I've got a huge story I'll break on Georgia. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure your notifications are on, and I'll get that out. Again, please go check out my sponsor, Birch Gold. You do what you want to. Okay. It's your money. Okay. I always tell people, do what you do with your money. Make your decisions. Okay. But I buy gold and silver and I trust Birch Gold. So you can text the word lumberjack to 989-898. Again, that's lumberjack to 989-898. One of the things I like about them is their length of time in business. And I like who they associate with. Dan Bongino, Steve Bannon, others. And I thought, man, this is the gold company I want to have on board. So anyways, folks, we'll see you on the next episode. All right. Keep fighting the good fight. Peace out.